Sean Monahan coming in, an old line mate. So it'll be interesting to see that dynamic coming up for the Blue Jackets this year. So 3-2, we're down close to the 2-minute mark, and Atkinson another chance. This one goes to the left of the net. He gets tied up. He's laughing about it. Usually when somebody's body checking you a little bit or just kind of grabbing your arm, do we get a goal? We do.
Well, poked in there right at the, couldn't get it saved. That's Stavroff. There's Ginger. Let's take a look at the replay.
So defense was there. Good patience on the pass. And then just coming up with the left shot from the left side.
Easy peasy. Yeah, Ryan Ginger lets it rip. Stavroff was in close waiting for the rebound. How about a hat trick?
Yep. Makes it 4-2. So he has 3 of 6-1-4's 4 goals.
Yep. I would assume, like last year, they did the High Bank Player of the Game.
Well,
so he's making his case for that.
I would think so. Is it like the NBA game then where other guys start feeding him so he can,
Well, I know he gets a bottle of High Banks whiskey. Now there's a bunch of, and if you, I will allude you to the Cap City Summer Elite League Instagram page, Cap City Summer Elite. Check that out. Lots of good info there, but you'll see some photos, all of the action from last year with pictures of those players of the game and their whiskey in the locker room. They've also got coverage of the prospect game, which took place Tuesday. This is the first year.
And those will be going on Tuesdays, before and after.
Yep, we've got a pro division and the prospects division.
Atkinson feed and a score. Beautiful, patient pass.
Number 7, Sam Craggs, the Toledo Walleye.
Sam Craggs
see that
puts
big
it
smile.
in. Craggs is a Bowling Green player.
And how about that patience from Atkinson? Kind of baited Alderman a little bit, floated away. Let Craggs move in. A little chipper, nice and easy.
Trying to come right back, and the puck just rolls off. I got to get used to being out of baseball. Pass across, nice block is Stalaco a couple of times.
You don't do hockey much in July.
No, you don't. I don't have my chops for that yet. Also want to talk about, as we get down to the end, CBS Sports is bringing you the game today. That is my company, where we report on Columbus sports, including the Cap City League. We'll talk more about that in the second half. So we're at cbussports.com.
And I think we're going to go over to Ian Phillips for a little sideline report.
We just wrapped up the first half here at the Cap City Season 2 Week 1 game. And it started off quick. Cam Atkinson got a quick goal to kick things off. Our lone NHLer in this game after Sean Corrali was off late. He was a late scratch. And I was just told we have a total of 30 current and former Ohio Blue Jacket players in the lineup today. A crazy number. Just kind of shows what is kind of put together through that organization, how those players come up. And I'll get a player interview soon, but for now I'll send it back to the desk with Kevin Rao and Ryan Dietrich.
Appreciate that, Ian, and boy, what a number 30. Because, hockey relatively new in the scheme of things here in Columbus and has just taken off.
Yeah, the last 20-some-odd years, Blue Jackets coming to town, and obviously there's big off-season news with them and Don Waddell coming in. But I think this is, just as big. Season 2, this summer off-season, it's just building the fan base. It helps the talent. It helps the guys get together. It provides something for the community, and it's all about growing the sport of hockey here in the Columbus area.
Well, let's take a timeout. We'll come back with second half action. Again, 4-3, it's a good one. And we've seen some really good play. In fact, let's take a look here at some of the highlights. Ryan, why don't you give us an idea of... Okay, tell you what, we'll do those highlights then as we come back. We'll show you this as we go out, and we'll be back with second half action in just a little bit.
Welcome to Smoked on High Barbecue. Come on in.
Welcome back to the Cap City Summer Elite League. Ryan Dietrich here for Yamo Media, and what you are looking at is the Roosters puck sponsor. They are the official puck sponsor of the Cap City Summer Elite League. $1 from every puck sold goes to a Roosters scholarship, in addition to giving Roosters bucks at every game they are partnering with. So we're finding $1 for Roosters scholarships, and then Nick Petraglia mentioned to me earlier that they're actually trying to come up with another scholarship to pair with that to donate all those funds to. So a big partner sponsorship here as we begin the second half of Game 1. And today we're going to send it real quick to Ian Phillips over on the sideline. Or over on the bench, excuse me.
Guys, I just have some a little bit of news here. Cam Atkinson's catching a flight, so he'll be done for this week at least, but hopefully he'll be back next week. And that's it from me, as we have a goal there from Ryan Ginger. And with that, I'll send it back to the desk.
Oh, Cam Atkinson has got a flight to catch. If that doesn't exemplify fluid rosters, then I don't know what does. As Ryan Ginger knocks in another little chip shot here. Good work behind the net, and you can see 614 making good work of it. Specifically, Ryan Ginger, that is his 4th goal of the afternoon. And once again, Ryan Dietrich here, and today I am joined by Charlie Lamb, the owner of 5-Hole Hockey Jerseys. Charlie, go ahead and tell me a little bit about your company and how you are involved with the Summer Elite League.
So we started in 2012, and we were working with Red Bull, the Red Bull Crash Dice series, and got a lot of publicity through national media. But they saw the 5-Hole jerseys on at Fox Sports and ESPN, so we had added a little legitimacy at the beginning, and started making our way into youth leagues, and then it started. We got into university hockey, and it segued into NHL Summer League. So I'm working with this league, and then I work with Stephen Alexi up in Michigan for the Eastside Elite League.
The Eastside Elite League, very cool. What other teams do you make jerseys for?
Ohio University. We do a lot of the theme jerseys for the during the semi-pro leagues. Okay. So like Star Wars and whatnot. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Pretty exciting.
Did you have a hand in this 614 design?
This was a 614 5-hole collaborative with the old 90s coffee cup.
Yeah, I thought that was the case.
Yeah.
As we were talking about earlier. How did you, and I know Matt is pretty into
being flamboyant.
The 614 hockey, the magenta, the turquoise. It's loud, it's in your face, and that's what he wanted to kind of elicit here in the Summer Elite League. So tell me about the collaboration.
So typically he gives me an idea, and I have a little bit of free reign of putting things together, and we tweak it to the point where we typically want to stand out from every other team here. So then the Blade Tech jerseys, those were the two that I had the most hand in.
Very cool. And where did you get some of your design start? You said that 2012 you started doing some graphic design kind of things. Where do you get your inspiration from?
Probably the fact that I'm a product of the 90s and all the old cartoons and that. So.
And that's definitely making a big comeback.
Right.
And
so it works for me now.
That's exactly, and I'm right in that age too. What can we look for? What do we have to look forward to from 5-Hole the rest of the season, or collaboration with 614? Or can you talk about some
I can talk about some of the stuff. I actually just got working with Warrior for their 2025 ad campaigns. So
Excellent.
all of the jerseys that you'll see on Warrior athletes will end up being 5-Hole.
Excellent.
It's just been an amazing ride that I feel like they know the quality of the product, and they know the person that's behind it, and we've built some strong relationships, and it's partnered into the Cap City League and Eastside Elite and Warrior Hockey, and hopefully we can keep going.
And once again, I'm speaking with Charlie Lamb, owner of 5-Hole Hockey. and collaborator on some of these 614 hockey jerseys in the Cap City Summer Elite League. As you see, Salajko taking a little look there, just getting his helmet back on track. Charlie, before I get you out of here, tell me where we can find your products and the best way to get them.
Best way would be 5-hole hockey or 5hole.com. Number 5, IVEHOLE.com.
And can you find some of the Cap City Summer Elite stuff there as well?
Actually, at 614 hockey,
Okay.
and then at the in the lobby they're selling jerseys.
And that's what I said. The best way to get this
is to
brand
show
new.
up.
That's right. The brand new, these sharp-looking 90s kind of retro jerseys. Come out. We're up here at the Chiller North in Lewis Center. 5-hole hockey on full display. A lot of the graphics and a lot of the gear you're going to see throughout the Summer Elite League and for the Prospects division. So while we're at a break here, Charlie Lamb, again, owner of 5-hole hockey.
Ryan, it's a pleasure.
Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. All right, and as we got just a little break in the action here, this is the only time you're going to see any kind of break. So while I was on with Charlie Lamb there, we did get the 6th goal for 614. That came from Anthony Petrozelli, his first goal of the afternoon. And so once again, I encourage you can check out 5hole.com, 614hockey.com. Just get up here to the Chiller North in Lewis Center, Ohio, and buy some of this sweet new merchandise. You can see it right there. There's Ryan Ginger and that Columbus 90s throwback, the new jerseys for Season 2. For more information also about the Cap City Summer Elite League, just go to capcityelite.com. It's got everything on there you will need. It's got links. It's got last year's stats. It's got sponsorship bios. It's got the executive director's information. And also, for the players out there in the Columbus area, they are still taking applications to play in this league. So whether you're a prospect, a semi-pro, you can sign up and you can apply to play. This is fluid rosters. Cam Atkinson just got a plane. Oh, close one there. As we a little stab at the net there. I think that was Huffnagel, the 614 working around. But if you want to get in on this action, Kukali with the goal. Alexander Kukali of the Coventry Blaze in England. Right there, number 6. His first one of the afternoon extends 614's lead 7-3. Got a good look, a little patient there. Actually had his brother standing right in front of him, 92, Nicholas Kukali. So that's kind of dirty. Brother trying to play defense, and the other brother just rips it right by him. Nice goal there. His battery trying to bang it in there. Sam Craggs again doing his best. Spencer Cox out front, down to Castles. So right before that goal was scored, I was saying again, if you're wanting to play, get in on the action, get on the ice. Go to capcityelite.com and click on the applications button. You can apply for either the Pro or the Prospect League. Once again, I'm Ryan Dietrich here for Yamo Media. We thank you all for joining us. Game 1, Season 2, Cap City Summer Elite League. Moving forward, games will be played on Tuesdays. As Castles rips one right into Alderman's stomach. Drops it out, continues play. Williams from behind the net working up on the far side. Lazily across, Williams. Quick wrister, sterned away. Stavroff keeps it in the zone, though, for 614. Petrozelli trying again for his second goal. And if you can hear the thundering herd around me, I keep telling you, it's a family affair. Lots of kids in the building. And even on camera, you can see all the kids standing at the boards. So I encourage you folks, free entry. How many things are free for a family to do nowadays?
This is the best thing in Columbus.
Off the pipe.
Plus, not only you get great seats.
Good. Yep. And yeah, you don't have to pay $150 for a board seat at Nationwide Arena. You can get right up in here.
Hearing some of the talk, they want to win this thing. I can tell you that right now.
The competitive nature comes, it's these guys are, pro athletes. It's just in their blood. It doesn't matter what they're doing.
Yeah, and there we have a goal to cut the deficit back to 3. Let's take a look. If we can, there it is. Beautiful pass in front. Nice little backhand.
And you mentioned it earlier, that pass to pass. So the initial pass gets Alderman going to his right, intercepted right in the middle. I think that was Mr. Will Cohen.
Well, you see it in a lot of sports, and in a lot of ways, hockey is like basketball, fast break, turns to spacing. We see it in soccer, the same thing. But it's like pass to get open.
Absolutely.
And that credo works in a lot of sports.
When I almost said the triangle offense earlier. You said it's like basketball. The way they're kind of moving around is a lot of similar motions.
Well, and again, it's a lot of spacing issues, right? You want to make sure that you've got room to work.
Yep.
In basketball, it's trying to get your shot, movement, find a place. Same thing. And again, same thing in soccer. You work in a way to keep moving whatever the object is, in this case the puck, to find somebody that has a good shot. And I think that's what fans a lot look at it and say, why didn't he shoot it from there? It's because you're trying to get a better shot than that.
And it might look good from on the camera, but sometimes it's not quite what these guys are looking for.
Yeah, they don't see that lane that they're looking for.
And Denier.
Boy, he just stands so much tall. I mean, he is 6'5" to begin with.
But he is. When he's out there, it's just, he's noticeable. He's so much bigger. And the way he moves around, he's very smooth.
Yeah.
He's got for that big frame, he can skate really
well. That's why the Washington Capitals brought him into development camp this year, which you don't see a lot out of D3s, and he was that good. And there's something about now, we've been talking about it with the Blue Jackets, and that is size on the DN. Man, you want those guys that are big and that can skate. That's the kind that's what we've seen the Blue Jackets try to do. Bring in guys, especially in their draft this year, that were big but can skate. There you see, nice save that time.
Mitchell Nidell, the Coquitlam Express.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it.
The BCHL. I was working on that one last night.
That's out in British Columbia.
And another thing that just, if you like hockey, if you're a fan of hockey, watching this stuff is just, you've got guys from all over, North America. You've got guys in Europe. There's 5-6 different leagues on display here.
Let's really do that next week. Let's break down a little bit of the league structure.
Yeah.
Because you look on here and we see all the acronyms for the leagues, and sometimes it doesn't make a lot of sense because a lot of these are junior leagues that they've come out of that we don't hear much about.
Yep. Yeah, that would absolutely be good. Next Tuesday we'll kind of break it down a little bit. We're all familiar with the Toledo Walleye and just up north, and if you watched any of Season 1 last year, we made the ESPN Top 10.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the talent on the ice right now, and you hear them talking, they're talking strategy over on the other side.
Yeah.
Stop with the glove and then hits it away with his stick as Alderman does a good job to knock it out of there.
Yeah, that was Brandon Hawkins from the Toledo Walleye last year. Pulled to Michigan.
That's right. That's right.
And got the Summer Elite League on the ESPN's Top 10 that week. As we hit about the halfway mark, just under, here in the second period of Game 1. What was some of the chatter over on the bench that
they're trying to figure out how to essentially put together an offense and how they're going into the zone to try to get some good looks. There's always a lot of talk in games where you have a lot of face-offs because there are a lot of plays coming out of that. But here we don't see that as much, so they're trying to figure out how to get into the zone in a way that they can get to the net.
Yeah, having to come up with an entirely different strategy, not having face-offs, because a lot of that, sets it up.
Campagna.
And yeah, JC played 7 years over in Europe.
Money puck time.
All right, and for those that are unaware, 1 time per game, each team has the option to hit that red light. All goals scored within this 2-minute period are worth 2.
So if a team scores here, it will be 2.
So yeah, Battery, they obviously down 3. They need to come back. They've got their players on the ice that they like.
Boy, they had a chance there. Campagna going to the net from the left side.
But you bet on the flip side of that, if 6-1-4 scores here, Battery's down 4-9.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big risk-reward thing, man. That's why they like it. And do we get a call? Nope, they're just taking it off the goalie and bringing it up. You're right, there's new jerseys for
Sharp.
614, man.
And Charlie Lamb did confirm. Charlie Lamb
was he here? Was he talking? Okay,
yeah,
good.
He came up and talked, and when I asked him, he said, "Where'd you get that design?" He said, "It's from that '90s coffee cup."
There you go. You were right. What an eye for design you have.
Yeah, just burned into my memory.
Ryan Dietrich with the save.
Mom was an art teacher, so
well, that didn't hurt.
a little bit of
that rub off on you, did it?
3-on-1.
Strickland in front. Nope.
Then there's a little bit of that triangle. You talk about the spacing as they're moving down there. Battery did a good job clogging things up.
Well, that's the thing. You got to try to take away what they're trying to do, get in those passing lanes or shooting lanes. Battery trying to get something going, but can't follow it up, although Campagna finds his way down there quickly to forecheck.
Yeah, that was Huffnagel of the Ohio Blue Jackets. We mentioned it. The 18-under squad, 30 veterans from the Ohio Blue Jackets here in this league. Just a pipeline for development and talent here in the city.
Yep, he's out of Powell, so he doesn't have a long way to go home. As we are on the north side at the Chiller North.
With Denier playing a little defense there. Getting into Nidell a little bit. Sounds like we've got a report from the sideline. Let's go to Ian Phillips.
Hey, guys, well, we got 8 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this one, but for the next one, we're headlined by some Ohio State guys, but also joining us is Jack Johnson, a Stanley Cup champion who's making his return to Columbus this next season, and I know he can't wait to play this Cap City game in front of these fans that he's missed. So stay tuned. Kevin Rao and Ryan Dietrich have that game too on Yamo Media.
But Jack Johnson playing for Blade Tech, and he wears Blade Tech. So he puts his blades are from that company. We'll have a chance to talk to Anthony Mora from Blade Tech in the second game about that product and why they're here. We get a goal.
Jack Bortle, number 89, D3. Getting in there, nice little wrister right across the face of Alderman. Let's take a look at the replay. 89, you see him right there.
There it is.
One-timer near side. Alderman almost got there. Good stretch by him.
Bortle from Granville, Ohio. Playing now, you mentioned he's D3, Ryan. Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts. Used to be known as North Adams State in North Adams, Massachusetts. But originally a Granville Blue Ace.
And that was just outside of the money puck. Kamiki missed it by about 30 seconds, so just counts as one. Nothing doing during
intercepted
the money puck.
on the break, and it rolls off his stick. That was Erie trying to knock it home.
Stavrov close there, just a little
Boy, he's got
close.
some good looks today. Good-looking player, Stavrov. He's one of those guys, too, that looks for that interception near the blue line and can break away with it.
Good passing here from Columbus through the zone. Let's see what JC's got.
Looking, drops it off. Craggs cannot get it past Alderman. Well, he's played well today, Alderman has.
Yeah.
This is a tough league to be a goalie in. It's just like it's like an all-star game kind of thing.
Yeah. And if you want to get better,
Oh, no, this will do
how
it
you do it.
because you're going to have a bunch of chances. Sometimes we'll talk during NHL games as we're up in the press box talking about the fact that goaltender hasn't seen a shot in the first 6-7 minutes.
Yep.
That is not going to happen here. Williams from the left side and patiently waited for the slot to open, but a good save. Battery right back at it.
Broadfoot, some nice behind the back, kind of try to get it back on net.
Yeah.
Turned away.
He's a strong fella. You can tell it in his profile. He's tough. They had 2-on-1 coming here. But Denier takes it away, did a nice fake toward the puck, and then went to the middle and stole it away. Nice play.
Great defense. Good move by a Denier.
Strickland goes across the crease and hops out of bounds.
Yeah, kind of a sharp angle. Got a little too far down there, maybe.
So I got to tell you, with CBUS Sports, one of the things we're going to start next week is we'll have a morning recap, just called The Recap. Be about 5 minutes each weekday talking about what happened the day before in Columbus. And we love all levels. When the high schools get going again in the fall, we'll talk about them. In the meantime, things like the Blue Jackets getting a new coach and, the Fury signing players, the women's professional volleyball team, and lots to talk about. So join us, and it'll be on demand on our website at cbussports.com. So we hope that you'll look that up. The one thing we're doing right now is each day we have a thing called Water Cooler Talk. If you don't have time to read articles and do your own search on Google for the various things you like in Columbus, we have a page with just short summaries of what happened the day before and what's happening that day. So you can see that at Water Cooler Talk on cbussports.com.
Yeah, headquartered right out of Grandview.
Grandview Heights.
Local.
Yeah.
That's as local as it gets.
Well, in Grandview, we don't have school buses in Grandview because everybody can walk to school. That's how small we are. Columbus in behind the net looking for a little help. Good defense prevented a pass to the slot. There's a shot up close. Stavroff, and it'll be blocked away by Solajko. Campagna, good pass to the left side, but Alderman able to hug the post and keep that one from going in.
Yeah, turned away. Craig's there. Here we go the other way.
Stretch pass and a goal. It bounced off.
Oh.
I don't know if it got the crossbar, but then off the back of Solajko. Let's take a look. Stavroff. You see the stretch pass gets past the defense. Let's see how this one plays out. It bounces, then looked like it went off the right skate. Wow.
Dang, another one. We saw that happen to Alderman earlier, closed up, and it just leaks through. And Solajko does what you're told. Just plant and hold. And
Boy, he did a nice job. Got his left arm on it, but then it just bounces off, or his right arm, and then bounced off the skate and went in. So we'll stop for a quick timeout. 2:43 to go in this one, 8-5. And I tell you, Columbus has come, 614 hockey is such a great, you just got to go online and take a look. I mean, that's just, we look at some of these folks. Of course, Battery is a training academy here in town that Cam Atkinson is involved with, some other former Blue Jacket players there. And, of course, that's why Cam has just stayed so connected to our community. Very lucky to have him do that. And so right away, we've got two great hockey sponsors sponsoring these teams. Of course, Cap City is the one that does all the organizing, and that is not an easy thing to do. You can imagine putting a team together at any level, try 4, with people from around the world in certain ways that make this go. So we'll face off after the timeout and the goal.
And you just saw the kid on screen in that sharp Blade Tech jersey. You'll see them up next. the red and kind of camo black. Another breakaway.
And empty net, and in with just the chip in front. And that is Ramos.
Well, I put an end to that strategy pretty quick.
Well, you know, it was a good idea. Hunter Ramos.
Got to try.
A Fort Wayne, Indiana native, played last year for this past season for the Youngstown Phantoms. And Columbus, a lot of connections to that Youngstown team in the USHL. And he is going to Lake Superior State, is a commit to that fine program.
And, you know, Northern Ohio is, you know, the hockey hotbed, you know, Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
So that's, you know, I really like that Columbus, you know, the center of the state, trying to get a little bit more draw down here in the city. Ramos
nice stop
again.
by Salajko as Ramos tried to get another quick one. Campagna. And off the stick, good block in front.
Let's see if Battery can maybe get a quick one here. $1:40 left.
Columbus, though, Ramos left side if he can settle it down, but he was a little offsides waiting for that one to come in.
That one they will call. The last 2 minutes, you'll actually get a clock stoppage here.
We did have a play earlier where it looked like we might have had a high stick earlier, and some folks were not happy it wasn't called. But other than that, it's been pretty good.
Look at the last save there from Salajko. Didn't let that one leak through.
Minute and a half to go. And a lot of around the blue line trying to figure out who, and it'll be Battery to come away with it. Cox brought it all the way in from the right side, still in the zone. Quick pass, Cox this time. Did he get it? He did. I believe that was Cox. He's still in that same spot. Let's see.
Battery with a late one. Go to the replay. Cox moving in.
Yeah. Well, that was the first shot that got blocked away.
Bounces out to Cohen.
Let's see here. He tries to get back to that right side. Wow, that just creeped through.
Yikes.
That's one you'd like to have back if you're Alderman.
The changeup. Couldn't handle it.
But, you know, and that's what happens so many times. You're anticipating that hard shot.
Well, Battery pulling the goalie. Going right on cue. Comes away with it.
That was ever so close.
He about just stole it right and scored.
Cox again. All the way behind the net. We'll bring it back around.
So a little 5-on-4 for a change. And this is
Cox, the slap from the slot, caught and then passed off by Alderman.
And last year we went to 5-on-5 in weeks 3 through 7. But as far as I know, we're going to stick with the 4-on-4 format.
And there's with the empty net.
Yep, Zach Tyson. That's as far as I know. The plan is to just keep it 4-on-4. Last year we changed right into that second.
I remember
third
they
week.
they kind of, I think that was to get some more players on the ice.
Yeah, and that was, yep. As some guys came late, you know, got here from wherever.
Of course, Zach Tyson out of Dublin.
Yep.
He played at Hobart College. Now he's in the French Division I Hockey League with the Mont Blanc Yetis. There's a sweater.
Yeah, that's what I was. The French Yetis, huh?
Yeah. And
let's see, 10-6.
And Denier, boy, what a great guy. Came over.
Yeah, there's all the kids. I mean, that's
made
what
sure
it's
he got
about.
a puck to him. Yeah.
You see a kid wearing a fire hat. I mean, bring the family, bring the kids. It's free, folks.
So, again, our next game, which we'll take a little break between, and we'll have an interview here in just a moment, is Ian Phillips across the way will do that. We've got High Bank and Blade Tech, and it will mark the return of Jack Johnson to the Columbus Aries. He'll be playing for the Blue Jackets in the season coming up. Former Blue Jacket, and then went off and won a Stanley Cup.
For the Colorado Avalanche.
He did.
I grew
you
up
know
out,
about that, right?
Grew up out in that area, so.
And I then brought the Stanley Cup back to Dublin, Ohio.
That's right.
And walked it through a couple of businesses, including an ice cream shop out here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because they all get one day with the cup.
Yep.
And in fact, there's a great book out about that. Now we're ready to go. Ian Phillips across the way with this interview.
For the tough 10-6 loss here, but what can you say about this crowd and, what went into setting this up and what how you feel about today?
Well, today's a good day. Obviously, scoreboard could be a little different, but it's week 1, so I'm not too worried about that. Like, wins and losses at the end of the day are not what it's about. This is all about the fan engagement, and if you could take a look at what we have here today, it's unbelievable. The city of hockey and their love, or city of Columbus and their love for hockey is incredible.
And how about this crowd that showed up today? Did it exceed your expectations, or?
Yeah, I think we were expecting a big crowd, but anytime, like I said, this is the middle of the day, so like when people have jobs and stuff and they're willing to come out and support this, it means the world to us, and I know like all these guys playing appreciate it as well.
And how much went into setting this up? I know you were kind of the backbone, or one of the backbones, behind driving this whole thing forward, really. So much work went into this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of work behind the scenes. The four of us, Joey, Trags, Petraglia, Pat Cannoni, and myself, we have a lot of late nights and a lot of early mornings and a lot of meetings, and it's been a lot of work behind the scenes. But when I see the result on the ice and the players, having a good time, it makes it all worth it. And we're an awesome team, and those guys I work with, I feel blessed to be able to have them on my side.
Well, thanks, JC. We'll see you next week. And that's it for me. We'll have the call on the next game between Blade Tech and High Bank right here on Yamo Media.
So, Ryan, we got our first game in the books this summer. What do you think?
It's excellent, and I think J.C. Campagna just said it. The city of hockey. That's Columbus, Ohio. He just coined it, so we're going to run with it. Excellent Game 1, Cap City Elite. Season 2 underway. Sit tight. We'll be probably 15, 25 minutes here from Game 2. We'll be ready to go.
We'll be right back here at Yamo Media. We're glad that you are alongside today. High Bank and Blade Tech coming up after a short break. We'll be back with you then. Welcome back. We're getting ready for the second game of our doubleheader here at the Cap City Summer Elite League. Kevin Rao, Ryan Dietrich at the table. The intrepid Ian Phillips between the benches today. And we get ready for our second game between High Bank and Blade Tech. And Ryan, we had a good one in the first one. Set a nice tempo, didn't you think?
16 goals in 50 minutes, not bad. As 6-1-4 took down Battery 10-6. Ryan Ginger with the first hat trick of the second season. He had 4 total.
He didn't waste much time getting that hat trick either, did he?
No, halfway through the first.
Yeah, it was quick.
We're talking about goal scoring, but I was pretty impressed with Garrett Alderman in between the pipes for 6-1-4. He had his hands full, and he sure showed up.
Well, you know, and all these goalies today are young.
Yeah.
And the thing about that is you want to see how they react to be in a situation like this where they're going to get peppered the whole game, and they're going to give up a number of goals. You are not going to pitch a shutout here today.
No,
and he reacted really well and put his team in the lead for good.
Well, that's another good just training. I mean, as a goalie, there's times when you're going to give up goals, and it's how you respond and because you can't go anywhere. You're stuck between those pipes for 60 minutes or whatever.
There is not a backup goalie on the premises.
Right.
Well, there may be. I don't know how they do that. You know, if they've got the guy tucked away back behind us.
Yeah, the Zamboni drivers. You know.
That's right.
As you see, that is Chris Eberle, an Ohio State Buckeye, the goalie right there. And to the left of him, a bunch of kids on the board. And I'll say it once and I'll say it again. If you're in the Columbus area, we are at the Chiller North in Lewis Center, Ohio. It is free entry. There is no cost to be here. Bring the kids, bring the family. It's hot outside. There's air conditioning in here. It's freezing.
And concessions galore. And, you know, jerseys and T-shirts. Yep. And, yeah, you can outfit yourself.
I actually just bought a few raffle tickets and got myself in to win an autographed jersey from Sean Corrali, and I threw one in Cam Atkinson, and I threw a couple onto Patrick Laine. And there we go, the Buckeye helmet, something I always like seeing. You'll notice the Whiskey Warriors there in the black unis, the black sweaters, excuse me. Dunlap right there, you can see it, the Buckeye. Silver dome, the red stripe down the center. There he is again. Look at all that. The Buckeye stickers on it. I mean, the football helmets are awesome, but so are these hockey lids as well.
Well, and both goalies, as we mentioned, will be from Ohio State. Logan Turnus is the High Bank goalie. Chris Eberle will do it for Blade Tech. A number of Ohio State guys who we'll highlight here. We've got some local products as well, as we see Hayes Hunley across the way, who is an Upper Arlington grad, played lacrosse and hockey there. He most recently played with Johnstown, but then drafted into the USHL from the NAHL, which again, next week we'll talk more about that.
And next week, again, reminder, folks, Tuesday, not Thursday.
And from then on.
Yep, every Tuesday from now on. This is just the first week Thursday broadcast. So moving forward, every Tuesday, we will be live noon and 1:30. Prospect games before that. Here we go.
Kiefer Sherwood will face off, although it goes the other way. Sherwood just signed with the Vancouver Canucks. Columbus guy.
And for those familiar, if you tuned in to season 1, you'll see some slightly different unis. Blade Tech. Kiefer Sherwood.
And there is Sherwood right off the bat.
24 seconds into the game. I mean, he's a pro for a reason. Vancouver
That's exactly
Canucks,
right.
Second round of the playoffs. The guy has got some skill.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Actually, I think he was a High Bank player of the game in the second week last year. 5 goals, 1 assist. So,
well, he just left Nashville to go to Vancouver, and for Nashville this past season played 68 games. You don't do that in the NHL unless you've got something. He just showed you right there with the first goal. Of course, Cam Atkinson had the first goal of our first game today. So, and one-on-one chance, nice block.
Ethan Heidepreen, you recognize that name from last season too. Definitely got some stick handles. But good save there. He's a D3 at Skidmore College with that green helmet, the dark green trunks.
Chris Eberle on the stop in goal. So we'll try to get you caught up with these players and what's going on with them. We see a rare face-off across the way.
Yep.
And yes, those helmets are Ohio State players. That
Bunches of them. And
you
that's,
see the scarlet and gray. And
I mean, just another. I mean, hey, the national championship women's Buckeye hockey team the last couple of years. The hockey around the state is just awesome. Both sides.
And the junior programs are growing. I mean, again, from the AAA Blue Jackets, we've got 30 players in on these 4 teams.
Yeah, that's just incredible.
Including, Sean Corrali, who's is a standout, obviously, having played with the Bruins and now the Blue Jackets.
There's Damian Carfagna, number 91, a Buckeye. Back for his second season here at the CSEL.
Stolen away.
He played 2 games with Blade Tech last year, Carfagna did. 6 points in 2 games, 3 goals, 3 assists. A well-balanced defender.
Again, we're going to see a little jockeying here in the neutral zone. Quickly down the ice and stolen away. Blade Tech the other way, knocked away, boy. Goaltender so far having the better of it.
Yeah, Turnus did a good job there, handling big Riley Thompson coming right at him.
And I may have misidentified him a little bit earlier. Got my Ohio State goalies switched around. It's a little bit easier to note. And there with the stop, did he get through? It did. Eberle is much taller, so it's really not hard to figure out.
Man, yeah.
But that one went through. Let's see if we can turn over there right in front.
Yeah, that's a tough one to handle.
And let's see if we can. We're a little more blind in this. Mason LaBelle put that one in.
Mr. Mason LaBelle with 5 games with High Bank last year, 2 goals and 8 assists, 10 points through 5 games. Mason LaBelle was a name we called quite a bit last season. The El Paso Rhinos.
Yeah, he's a Columbus guy.
Sweater looks cool.
Oh, I know. Wouldn't that be great? Because you know that there's a puck and ice involved in that. Off the post, and no goal.
But LaBelle, you mentioned it, a Columbus guy, just another one of the young bodies out here that's from the metro area.
And he has played in some varying places in Janesville, Wisconsin, Anchorage, Alaska, and El Paso, Texas. Those do not go together in your set, in your bingo card.
No kidding.
But yeah, well, you know what? I'm going to do some research on some of the teams themselves, and we're going to come up with the best logo before we're done this summer.
Become a fan of a new favorite. Favorite ECHL team or something.
Because you can follow them all online, right? And listen to the games or watch the games. And if there's a local product, even better.
Yeah.
Long pass is knocked away and down the ice. High Bank able to keep it in their end. But pad stop by Chris Eberle. Shot goes wide at the other end. Both teams, we got a little bit fast break hockey going on at the moment.
Nice wrister there, Ryan Gordon. The Buckeye takes a big shot. Gordon, Dunlap, McBrayer, all with the Buckeyes on this line.
Oh, there's a bunch in this game.
And then you got Sherwood, the pro. What a cool, and how cool is that for these college kids
gosh.
to get to play alongside Kiefer Sherwood?
I would just bend his ear like crazy on the bench.
Yeah, right.
Or just watch what he does to get prepared. And, was that? Yeah, the stick was not high. And
you see a little frustration from Turnus there. Let's take a look at the replay. See how this one just...
let's see if the stick gets above what's permissible as we get it. There. Nope. I think that's a good goal. I don't think there's any issue there. Just hard to tell in the moment.
Good look from the camera angle behind it, and I think that was big Riley Thompson, number 7. The left-handed bat out of midair. Man, the hand-eye coordination of these guys is
it's pretty incredible. Centering pass, but knocked away. Little three-man game going on in front of the goal. Stretch ahead, the pass, and can't make it happen. So Johnson also the assist on that one. And Jack Johnson, the Stanley Cup winner, back in town to play on a one-year contract with the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, anxious to see how, comes and fits in. That's, last couple seasons he's been with 3 different teams, and obviously new leadership in the Blue Jackets front office, and that's what you want from Johnson, that veteran leadership to provide on the bench.
And I think he approached the Jackets. He wanted to be here.
Cool.
So that
always a good
is
sign.
A huge thing, yeah. And they've got some young guys that they want to get some instruction to, and he's the guy to do it. In front, Turnus, a good job to knock it away. 2-on-1 coming the other way.
Max Montez sliding in. Couldn't put one on net, though.
Stolen away. We got a breakaway.
Play tech here on the Ush.
And just to the right of the net.
Let's see, Jake Gaudette from the Cleveland Monsters on that breakaway.
They had a season. Knocked out in the semifinals in the AHL this year. A lot of fun to watch.
Jamison O'Flynn, another name you'll recognize from last season. Let me see. Jamison O'Flynn, 5 games with High Bank, 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points through 5 games. So O'Flynn can definitely get it done.
Yeah, another Columbus guy. He was drafted by the Minnesota Mallards, and there's the breakaway we were talking about. Here it comes. So now you got to make some decisions. See, and Turnus coming all the way out, did a good job to take away the angle.
Yep. Yeah, really kind of had that left side shielded. Got that close on it. Just missed a little wide, right? Good look from the camera behind the net.
Yep. We want to thank our camera guys today, Miles and Ahmad and Alex, doing a great job for us today. Boy, we're getting some good looks, some good passing in the slot, but equally good hands by our goaltenders today.
Great vision from Sherwood there.
Sherwood, great pass out in front after he didn't get the shot to go. He'll get it back. Cross ice pass, and then he'll come off the ice.
Watson heads to the bench. Nice little possession here from from the Whiskey Warriors, excuse me. Nice feed on the inside. Defense by Blade Tech stands tall.
Blade Tech into the zone. Pass off the wall to himself. that's I like that.
And when it's just 4-on-4, there a little more space you have to deal with, some stuff
lots of ice, yeah.
Passing it to yourself off the board, some things like that. You got to get a little creative.
I think Sherwood might have got a new helmet. Could be wrong. But he's back out there. And his shot goes a little wide. Oh, puck just pops in front. behind, and then a glove save. Nicely done.
Yeah, Mason LaBelle had that initial shot. He dropped it to Raymond Perrault.
Chris Eberle gloves it.
And Perrault, he was here. You'll recognize that again. 6 games with Blade Tech last year.
Stretch pass and a goal. Nicely done. Left-handed stick on the right side.
Romulus. Number 92 getting in here. Actually, that's Romulus
Riego de Dios.
Anchorage Wolverines.
Yeah. Out of Gahanna, played for the AAA Blue Jackets. And also did not play at Gahanna, played at Culver Academy in Indiana for 4 years.
Okay.
Went away to that boarding school. And we've got Ian across the way.
Romulus Rios with that last goal. Romo, he's a guy that I'm pretty good friends with. He's played adult league with me a couple times. And talking to him earlier this week, he was super excited. I'll have the interview with him during halftime. But you just see him score on that breakaway. He was talking about how he's spent a ton of time looking up towards these NHL guys, and he finally gets a chance to play with them. So we'll have him during halftime, but for now we're taking it right back.
Thanks, Ian. And, of course, Ian is another Gahanna guy, our reporter between the benches today. He called him Romo. I think we're going to go with that.
And actually I overheard, I think his mom's and family's in the building.
Oh, okay.
During the intermission there, I just overheard him chatting about it and her talking to him. He's so excited to play in this, and her and the family are glad to be here, get the chance to see him play. And lo and behold, he gets a goal here in the first half.
Yes, he does. Stolen away in the middle. And some good defense. Dropped to the slot from the right side. And nice save from Logan Turnus.
And the Blade Tech goal scored by number 7, Riley Thompson. And this is number 13, Chase Greason.
And
Technical 1309.
Yeah, off the moors down
yeah,
there.
there we are. Trying to figure out where we were going with that.
Yeah, I didn't see it in the net, and sure, yeah. Let's take a look here. Go to the instant replay. This would be, the Riley Thompson.
There it is, and just a good between the wickets. 5-hole shot that goes through. So 3-2 it is. The Whiskey Warriors on top.
Good cover up by Eberle. Closes the door there for the Warriors.
And if you're Jack Johnson, we mentioned back with the Blue Jackets, number 3 on your screen in the red jersey. And he goes up against Sherwood. There's a couple of guys that will be doing battle this year on the NHL ice. Sherwood shot right of the net. And poked away. Nope, he'll get it back. Pass in front. Can't get the shot away.
A good long possession here, though, by the Warriors.
And they're still at it.
A little line change, some fresh legs. Dunlap comes barreling in.
Sherwood goes cross ice. The wrister a little high and over the crossbar. And keeping it in. Yes, Sherwood able to keep it in the zone. But taken right away. That'll get the Blade Tech guys off the ice. They'd been out there a while.
Just saying, maybe that's what they needed. They were looking a little sluggish on the D side.
Well, you know, that's the other thing about 4-on-4. You get more tired. You have fewer guys to help you out. Here comes Blade Tech. And Sherwood there to take it away. His pass is intercepted, and a goal! Now you're saying Carfagna.
Yeah, number 91.
You know, we have Carfagnas here in town, the meat store. So I'm going to, because you and I talked about this before the game, the number of players who are pronouncing all the letters, despite the fact that their heritage might indicate otherwise, you know, where they're from. But yeah, there's a good goal, and we had a tie game just like that. I just had to get that in there in case there's any
Right.
Columbus Carfagnas listening in. Damien is not from Columbus.
Nonetheless,
So-
his first goal of the afternoon ties it square at 3.
He's a New Jersey guy
Yeah.
at Ohio State. And we get a goal.
That was a quick, long one.
We'll
Just
watch it.
Flew by Eberly there. We'll have to pull it up on the replay. I was going to say, Mr. Gordon on the far side.
Oh, he just little toe drag and knocks it through. Actually, it was kind of a heel drag the way he did it.
Yeah, a little fake, like he's coming
Yep.
across the slot and lets it rip instead. Wait for the call for that. 4-3 though. High Bank taking the lead.
So we mentioned the camera people. Want to give tip of the cap to our producer and director, Adam Dell, who's running everything behind us. What a great job he does putting this together. So thanks, Adam, for all your work. As we know him, the genius behind Yamo.
That's right. It's Ryan Gordon. That's that. Yeah, big shout out to Adam Dell. And the whole crew at Yamo Media getting off our feet here for Game 1, Season 2. Another
Amazing.
good look there. Mason LaBelle just slid off. Couldn't knock that one in. So we're going to have 6 more weeks here for the Cap City. Regular season, and then that final week of the playoffs. Again, everything will take place on Tuesdays. And again, this is all kind of fluid, so I encourage you to check in capcityelite.com. Check out their Instagram page. You never know who's going to be announced to play
that's
that
right.
Tuesday. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some big names that come in last minute. So
We saw that last summer for sure. And, of course, we are anticipating seeing Jack Roslovic
Yep.
and Sean Corrali next week. So
And Carson Meyer.
and Carson Meyer.
Yep. Yeah,
Another one of those local guys that plays at a
that's right.
really high level.
Yep, week 1 scratch, but he will. He's kind of the mainstay on the
Well,
High Bank team.
for a lot of guys, it's their break.
Yep.
And for some guys, like Cam Atkinson, who actually left at halftime to get a flight home,
Right.
or a flight to his new home in Florida, where he's got to get things put together because he just signed a contract there.
Yep.
But how about that? Still coming out today and playing in this game and making an appearance beforehand and
Yep.
all the things that he's doing for this and sponsoring his team.
Yeah. Ooh, nice shot there. Just chipped a little right. Eberly might have got away with one. As we see it coming the other way. Yeah, lots of, like we said, fluid roster movement. So, stay abreast.
You
keep in
never
tune.
know
Yep.
who's going to be here.
And I think as this grows and picks up steam and more, it's the bigger and bigger names are just going to be more attracted to coming here.
Yeah, although, you know what? I kind of like learning these USHL names. As I say, we're gonna harvest that a little bit
Yep.
later about getting to know the
Sure.
various rungs of junior and professional hockey.
Well, and that's the thing about hockey is, it takes every line to win a game. And if you watched any of the Stanley Cup finals, you certainly saw that from Florida and Edmonton. It takes a lot of different bodies, and it's not just, in NBA, it's 1-2 big names. And, hockey, it takes a lot of guys. And this is where they're built and developed.
Johnson there was running the point for Blade Tech. Tried to get it back in the slot, but well defended, but we'll get a goal on the other end.
Because Davis Burnside, I think, knocks in either the rebound, takes the. We'll take a look.
Let's take
here.
a look. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Burnside with the puck right here coming in front of us.
And he's going to pass off. That might be Peralt, and then back to Burnside. There you go.
Yep, give and go.
Nice little, you exactly get a little give and go.
Yep, Raymond Peralt in 6 games last year, no goals, 4 assists. So he's sticking to it and dishing out apples.
He is from Tip City, Ohio, just a little bit outside of Dayton, and last played for the Maryland Black Bears. And he'll try to get it back in front of the goal once again, but A little bit high coming through the slot. Sherwood, who, whenever he's on the ice, you know where he is because he handles the puck so well. This is Jack Johnson coming down the left side. Pass to the middle is intercepted.
There we go, Peralt again.
Johnson will steal it away. He's got some room on the ice and a player in front. Beautiful pass. In on the goal. Knocked away. Great save. Logan Turnus turns it away. Still with a chance here. Again a save. That one off his pads. And here comes Sherwood, stolen away from him. And Johnson tried to get it coming in on the left side. 2-on-1 and a stop.
Laser.
Chris Eberle.
Man, Sherwood just had some heat on that one. Eberle
And how
with a heck of
quickly
a
did he
save.
get that one away?
Right.
That's what really spells it out. And there you see our side-by-side coverage.
That's how fast we move here. There's
You can't turn your eyes, man. You got to watch. Dunlap down the left side. Looks to the middle. And we'll get the action. Ian?
So this game is just altogether just a little bit faster than the last game. We see guys, less stoppages of play, faster shots, a lot more skilled goals scored. It's just, these two teams are really. Jack Johnson settling in nicely. Kiefer Sherwood, Jack Johnson right now going head-to-head. And altogether, it's just a great. So I'll send it back to you guys.
Yeah, I think Ian's exactly right. This one, the speed of this one is a little turned up. There's Johnson, and just taking off super line. He was getting ready to try to send one into the net.
Well, you mentioned it, the competition. High bank here, nice rush. Sherwood chips it just high. But another good opportunity for the Whiskey Warriors.
Here's Johnson, and nice backhanded pass. They'll sweep it behind the net in the slot. Nobody there. And going to save it and making the play, although giving it back away. Here's McBrayer. Burnside to his left, and he'll try to backhand it and does for the goal.
Nice shot by Nate McBrayer, the Buckeye, and you'll recognize his name from last year in 6 games with 6-1-4. He had 7 goals and 4 assists. So the kid has got some talent and some handles. Look at that move.
McBrayer out of Dublin. And before he was at Ohio State, he was with the Muskegon Lumberjacks in the USHL. Actually played for the USA World Juniors team back in 2022.
Good save by Eberle. Nice glove, just snatched it out of the air.
Saw a little contact with the goalie and a smile. Both Ohio State players there meeting in the crease.
Yep.
We're inside a minute to go here in the half. We'll have another half for you. McBrayer's pass. And again, good defense. These teams are not giving in. They're not letting you get an easy one.
No, that was Burnside off the crossbar.
Thompson. And taken away down to 25 seconds.
All right, everybody standing up a little bit straight now. They know the period's about over.
They can get a break.
Yeah. I think it is wearing on them. This has
been, as Ian said, fast and furious.
Yeah, and it's just constant. It's just doing upbacks. And the first real chance back on the ice, so they're going to get their endurance.
And we'll be able to get it through before we end the period, and that will end the first half.
6-3, High Bank kind of taking advantage there. A Blade Tech. We've got 9 goals in the first, a little bit different than our first game, so we'll see what kind of adjustments can be made at halftime, how much coaching they'll do in the locker room, or if they change up the lines and some things like that. So
Well, I'll tell you, we're lucky to have Ian has an interview, another 2 Gahanna guys talking over there. Let's send it that way.
I'm here with Romulus Riego de Dios. He scored a breakaway goal in Game 2 of Week 1 of Cap City. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling great. It's just a great experience to be out here. Being able to play with these high-end players, I'm just grateful to be out here.
You played with some of them growing up. You watched others growing up. How is it to play with guys like Jack Johnson, who you grew up in Columbus, watched the Blue Jackets? What's it like playing with guys like him?
It's just like a little kid going to these games, getting pictures with them, autographs. You got photos of them in your house and everything. You never think you're going to get on the same ice with them and stuff like that. So it's just definitely a surreal moment. I'm taking it all in.
A little bit different than Adult League?
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely different. I don't know. Seeing DJ was good, though.
And what about this crowd? A few people have filtered out since the first game, but still, a lot of people showed out for this game today.
Yeah, it's truly amazing to see the fan base we have here in Columbus now. It's just people coming to watch, just amateurs and pro players come on just a Thursday in the middle of summer at 2 in the afternoon. It's something you don't see everywhere.
Can't get any better than that. Have a good one and good luck for the second half.
Thank you.
That was our Ian Phillips, and what a great! You could feel it in that, Ryan, how grateful he was to just be on the ice with these guys.
Yeah, just like you said, just like a kid in a candy store kind of thing. It's the autographs, the photos at the house, the stuff on your wall. I mean, as an athlete, you idolize these people growing up, so it's such a cool experience, and you could hear how tired he was. You could hear him gasping for breath a little bit, so this is pre-off-season, but these guys are working their tails off.
And that was Ian Phillips talking to Romulus Riego de Dios, who goes by Romo, a Gahanna guy. So we're going to take a break as we'll gather ourselves. We've got an interview coming up with a Blade Tech representative, as we'll be talking to Anthony Mora here in just a minute. So don't go anywhere. Grab a drink. Come on back. 6-3 right now is the score. We'll be back with second half action after this.
Welcome to Smoked on High Barbecue. Come on in.
I'm Justin Cohn. I'll be the Thunderbirds College Prep head coach. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I played in Philadelphia for the Junior Flyers my whole youth career, and then I moved on to the EHL with the Philadelphia Junior Flyers. Then from there, I went to the Buffalo Regals, where I played with Dave. Played in the NCDC for the Rochester Monarchs and the Utica Junior Comets. And then I finished off in New Jersey with the Titans. And then from there, I made a Division III commitment to Alvernia University. I went there for a quick stint, 1 year, and then I got a great opportunity in Albuquerque, New Mexico to be their assistant coach for their NA3HL program. It was the inaugural season. And I was also the 14U head coach out there as well. And then we just wrapped up our last season here in Decatur, where I finished up. I was the elite head coach, premier assistant, and now I'm here in Columbus.
David Dew, serving as the general manager for the college prep team. Born and raised here in Columbus. Went to Olentangy Liberty High School, graduated from there. Played for that hockey team, and then went into the junior stuff. Went out and played for Seacoast College Prep. That was an independent, college prep opportunity, just similar to what we're putting together for these kids here in Columbus. So very experienced within that realm and kind of know how that works, the ins and outs. I followed that up with went over to Buffalo and the GOJHL, joined him for some good junior B hockey out in Canada. And after that, made a college commitment to Bernathen College out in Pennsylvania. And then injuries happened and whatnot, and found myself in the hockey operations side of things with some scouting roles within various leagues. I did some video work with the 40-year Meteors in the GOJHL, and then was a scout with the Elmira Junior Enforcers before hopping into the director scouting role with the Ogden Mustangs within the NCDC, and settling into that role very nicely. We're a pretty successful program, and got to throw in a USHL scouting job on top of that with the Fargo Force with the USHL. Very esteemed programs, both had a lot of success this year, and very proud to attach myself to that, and then also be able to attach the program we're putting together here and filter those opportunities for our guys. Being from here, it's obviously, I'm ecstatic about it. We were sniffing, our ownership group was sniffing around a couple different cities and areas. A couple different opportunities arose, and when Columbus kind of logistically worked out with not only the schedule we wanted to put together, but just the overall landscape of things and with the Thunderbirds, it was just kind of a perfect fit. And we're going to be here locally at the Chiller Ice Rinks, and I grew up playing at those rinks, and it's part of my network. So obviously very excited about that, and things just kind of all fell into the place throughout our network and with the Thunderbirds network, and we couldn't be more happy about it.
Welcome to Smoked on High Barbecue. Come on in.
Welcome back to game number 2, the second half. Blade Tech taking on the High Bank Distillery Whiskey Warriors. Ryan Dietrich here for Yamo Media, and I have been joined by CEO of Blade Tech, Anthony Mora. And you're down 3-6 right now. What do the boys need to do to put some goals in the net?
It's a good point, Ryan. We are down 3-6, but we have improved. If you remember from last year, because I do, very fondly, we did not score in the first half.
That's right.
So we're up, in my opinion, relatively. But the guys just need to. There's a word. Not a lot of these guys' vocabulary. It's called defense. Yeah. We might need to get that going a little bit and definitely bury the chances. This High Bank goalie, I don't know, they scouted him out of deep Russia. He's been training with some of the best goaltenders in history. Probably KGB a little bit, but they're just he's out there robbing people like left, right, and center, right in front of her face. So need to find a way to rattle his cage a little bit.
And hey, we got 6 weeks left of the regular season. A little bit time to settle in, but while I've got you here, Anthony, tell me about Blade Tech. I know you guys do blades, but just give me the rundown. What is Blade Tech all about?
Yeah, Blade Tech is really a technology. We invented a flexible skate blade that we've scientifically proven to make players faster. So on impact, it cushions your knees a little bit, stores your energy, and releases it back to you in the form of a speed boost. So all of our scientific studies have showed that increase in speed, 5.5% on average across all players, all levels. It really just enhances every single one of your strides.
Do any famous players use the Blade Tech blade?
Yes, quite a few. Give or take in the NHL, we've got about 100 players. Most notably, Brent Burns in the Carolina Hurricanes defenseman. He has gold steel, so if you're ever tuning into a Hurricanes game, you will definitely notice when he's on the ice. He's also 6'5", 230 with a giant beard. But if you look down, you see his blades. So that has been a thrill to get to know him over the last couple of years and see, gold blades on TV. So
cool. And so last year, as you folks remember from season 1, as we take a quick look at the replay here, that's Nate McBrayer again, given the dish as one gets knocked by Chris Eberle. High Bank back on the board, 7-3.
Just learned Eberle has 2 different size skates.
Tell me about that.
Well, it's kind of odd, not unheard of, to have slightly different size feet.
Sure.
However, there's 2 sizes different. One is an 8 and one is a 10. Don't ask me how.
Between right and left foot?
Yep. I just found that on the dressing room.
So what do you got to do from a blade? So his blade's longer then, right?
So 2 different blades. I said I basically have to make you a pair of blades for each skate. Because if I give you one 8 and one 10, I'm going to have another 8 and 10. What am I going to do with those? So he's like, sorry about that. I was like, that's okay.
Just another interesting challenge as CEO of Blade Tech.
Right.
So I had you on last year's folks from season 1. Remember, we got you in. You do blades. Got the brand going. Business is good. What else is new since I've last seen you?
So business is growing steadily. There's always new players coming on, always new pro players, NCAA programs we sponsor and work with a lot of full NCAA teams and programs. But new this year are Blackout Sticks. Launched it in October, so we're a little late for the launch of last year's season. Okay. But got him in October, sold out of our first batch in the month, which was amazing. Really what's happening in the stick market is people are fed up with the increase in price of sticks without the really value add. Blade Tech's all about value add. Whatever you're spending, whatever money you're getting huge value. So we went to kind of the same factories that the big guys make it overseas, buying the same stick, 100% carbon fiber, all the top end carbon fiber material, and we're selling it at a price that it makes sense. We do things, we're our business, we're going to do things that we can make our money and grow and reinvest into R&D. But we're going to bring it to you at a price. So, for example, our 400-gram senior stick, top-end specs again, we're doing it for $150, which that same stick at the store is at least $350.
Yeah, less than half price.
Yeah. So we're not saying you're going to buy your sticks for the season, spend your $350, but get a couple sticks. They're going to last. We're making them really, really durable stuff. We're not making them excessively light where they break really easy.
Sure.
So again, every dollar spent with us is value added to your game, either with the blades or with the sticks.
Okay, so blades and sticks. Is there anything in the future you might be looking at?
There's actually a really few interesting adjacent sports and games that we are also investing in that is actually new. No one else knows this. This is the first time I'm kind of releasing this information, but we have manufactured figure blades. And I actually walked in here earlier. There's a lot of young girls, figure skaters going on. We are making kind of top end. There's only basically 2 companies that make blades for figure skates, and we are going to kind of take a shot at that and see what we can do. We're really going to focus on the customization aspect. So you've seen all the colors and designs.
Sure.
We're going to start introducing that and making it more the norm in figure skating, because I don't think anyone's really doing that.
Yeah, so Blade Tech really doing things, innovating on the ice. And as you mentioned it, when we're walking into the Chiller North earlier, tons of young girls figure skating, training for that on the way out. So that's just another one thing about these Chiller facilities is the variety of use they get. So Blade Tech out of Canada, looking into some figure skating blades. I love to see that. That pairs well with this going on. As you see, Blade Tech.
Jeez.
Let's see, who was that taking one in? Hayes Hunley driving deep.
He's
trying to get in there, the big body.
Yep. Real interesting story about him. Walk into the ice with number 90 jersey on. It was a goalie jersey. His arms were massive, and he changed his jersey last minute. So he wasn't happy with his first half, though. We actually suggested he change back to the goalie jersey, but he didn't do that.
Always something different.
Yep.
So out of Ontario, do you guys do any youth programs up there? How does Blade Tech involve some of the youth hockey?
Yeah, so we actually partner with, we get asked to sponsor all sorts of teams, clubs and stuff. We can't do everything, but we work with a lot of clubs to get them. Our sponsorship works in a way where we get them, great products for a little cheaper.
Sure.
Because they're doing it as a club. So multiple teams, multiple age groups. We sponsored a few teams that were at the very famous Brick tournament that happens every year in Edmonton.
Okay.
The top 10-year-olds in the world.
Wow.
A lot of NHL players, Mitch Marner, Max Domi from the Leafs have played in that tournament.
Okay, cool.
Austin Matthews played in that tournament as well. So it's a top 10-year-olds. You'll see some of those kids in the next 8 years are going to be drafted into the NHL. It's pretty insane that age that they kind of are on that path.
Right. And once again, I'm talking with Anthony Morris, CEO of Blade Tech out of Ontario, Canada. This is the Blade Tech team. And our man on the bench, we've got Ian Phillips. We're going to go to a little sideline report.
Desmond is from Indiana, and Desmond is a little hockey phenom. Desmond scored 82 goals, was that right, last season? And Desmond's here watching Cap City. What do you think of this league?
Pretty good. I mean, Blade Tech's losing, but...
Cheering for Blade Tech today?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're older, do you want to play out here with these guys?
Yeah.
And just the fan experience, have you gotten to meet anybody, see people, who's your favorite player that you've met?
Io.
Identier? I'm sure he'd love to meet you too. Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see you here in a few short years. For now, I'm going to send it back to Ryan with the call on the game.
All right, thanks, Ian Phillips. That was the young kid wearing the old Blade Tech jersey from last year. Desmond showing his support. Again, Anthony Mora, CEO of Blade Tech. Before I get you out of here, tell me how we can find more information and where to find these Blade Tech products.
Absolutely, on all the socials at Blade Tech Hockey, bladetechhockey.com. If you're in Canada, bladetechhockey.ca. You can message us there, email us through our website. We often even call people within a couple hours of emailing. So we're really, not only the best products, but we're really, really focused on service. We walk you through profiling, sharpening, all that stuff to get you dialed in and ready to go.
Cool, and you see the logo on the scoreboard there, folks. Once again, Anthony Mora, CEO of Blade Tech Hockey. Check him out, bladetechhockey.com.
Ending with a goal. Let's go.
Perfect. Love
Cue
to
the
see
comeback.
it.
Cue the comeback.
Let's start it. Thanks again.
Thank you.
And as you see, right on cue, big number, let's see, 63 getting in there. Noah Powell, little Buckeye. Cutting that lead down to 3. Blade Tech trailing 4-7. And again, Anthony Mora, I had him on there last year, as you folks remember. So it's good to see the growth and the support from these big companies, especially up in Canada. And these sharp jerseys, partnering with 5-hole and 614hockey.com. So we're really happy to see Blade Tech Hockey back in here, coming down And once again, I keep telling you folks to come up here to the Chiller North and Lewis Center. Anthony's had that booth set up at the entryway all morning, so they're doing some stick demos. He's got those blades on hand, can give you all that information. I mean, I'm very excited to see what they're doing with figure skating blades. That's going to be very cool. As Highbank knocks one in there, and we get the switch out. Looks like Dunlap. Let's take a look at the replay. So Blade Tech gets one back, but Highbank, this side's they're going to increase that lead right back. And yeah, just some smooth stick action there from Mr. Dunlap. 8-4 as we welcome back Kevin Rao.
Yeah, I was over between the benches again. It's just fun to see. Jack Johnson was kind of holding court before play got started, talking to a bunch of the young defensemen over there. It was very cool.
And yeah, you mentioned that just the more valuable knowledge and information here is that these young guys get to play alongside these professionals. And that's, I hope, why Jack Johnson came to the Blue Jackets organization. I hope he can provide some better
well, I mean, he didn't waste any time getting on this ice,
right.
So I think that's a really good omen about where he's going to be. So we look forward to that, and there'll be some young defensemen with the Blue Jackets who will be very thankful that he is there for sure.
Excuse me, that was Ryan Gordon with the goal. That would be his second of the afternoon. 8th goal for
Again,
Highbank.
it's fluid.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, it's been, the other thing is they were changing a little more often over there, I think, this half, just to keep their legs fresh.
Yeah. I think we saw that towards the end was, Blade Tech just, I mentioned it, standing up a little bit more straight.
Yeah.
Kind of a long shift or two. And
well, they got stuck out there a couple of times, and we're going to get a goal there right in front.
None other than the man in the white hat.
Is that Kiefer Sherwood once again?
Kiefer Sherwood. And, hey, if you were up here, you could have entered the raffle to win a Kiefer Sherwood signed jersey.
Again, they like him well enough. He was just signed by Vancouver.
Well, he had an excellent season down in Nashville, traded midseason, and he played a big role in that Vancouver playoff push.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, he, again, played 68 of their, games last season. That's a bunch. And he dealt with a little bit of injury, but I'll tell you what, he's headed to Vancouver. What a beautiful place to be. Up.
Money puck time.
Money puck.
All right, Blade Tech hits the money puck as they're down 5.
Thanks to Roosters.
Off the Sherwood goal. Roosters, money puck time.
And there's one blocked with a shoulder.
Kiefer Sherwood second on the day. Oh, Burnside with the assist. Davis Burnside making his impact felt. Probably another 90 seconds here on the money puck. Blade Tech needs one.
Boy, Sherwood just gets it at maximum speed off his stick so quickly. You hear about those guys on the ice where and we'll watch here. There you see just a quick flip of the wrist. But, the guys on the ice, the goalies just know when it's coming.
Yep. Okay, money puck still lit up. They did stop the clock for that face-off, and I think so because the money puck's on. Make sure they get that 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're gonna be a lawyer by the time this is over, knowing the rules and doing all that.
A little breakaway there. That could have went bad quickly the other way if Warriors would have knocked that in. But good defense from Blade Tech.
Scrum behind the net, coming out of there.
Kind of the first tie-up we've seen all afternoon.
The Whiskey Warriors on the way down, cross ice, and no good on the quick shot.
Well, I like that little Darren, our fan interviewee, he likes Ayo Adeniyi, such a fan favorite.
Yeah.
Just the big guy, local. He's been around. He was here last season, so it's nice to see a kid back for the second season.
And the other thing was, I noticed these players really interacting a lot with fans. Jack Johnson spent the entire halftime over signing autographs and meeting people, taking pictures.
And there it goes. Money puck is off. Blade Tech doesn't take advantage, knock one in.
We haven't seen one yet, have we?
No, we haven't. So
Powell
still
on the
down
shot.
5.
Nope.
That's a good look from Powell. I like that. Got to start throwing some pucks at the net at some point.
So here we go. 2-on-1. And good poke check there to knock the puck away. 2-on-1 the other way.
Hayes Hundley passes off. Trying to get the assist. Lemmerbach can't bury it, though.
We mentioned Hayes Hundley out of Upper Arlington. Played with the Johnstown Tomahawks last year. Off to the USHL this year. And his mother may or may not be our family doctor. Just saying.
That's how local we are.
That's how local it is. There's a save and hold. And again, we don't do those face-offs after the goalie hangs on. They clear and pass it off to keep the action going.
Yeah, part of the running clock, aside from the last 2 minutes. But yeah, Anthony Mora mentioned, hey, Hundley came in wearing a big number 90 goalie jersey.
Is that right?
He said he was just swimming in it. Had to get him changed and outfitted with some Blade Tech gear.
There you go. Yeah, you want to try to play for the teams where you're going to take advantage of the sponsorships.
You bet. LaBelle, a nice
and
one.
nice save there. Again, it'll be dished off, and we'll come the other way.
Oh, and Kevin, you missed it, but Chris Eberle, the goalie for Blade Tech, two different size feet, an 8 and a 10.
Is that allowed? Oh my gosh, can you imagine shoe shopping your whole life? Oh, that would be just...
Buying 2 pair. But yeah, Morris said he had to get it, he's got to make him 2 different sets of blades, an 8 and 10s.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people are like a half-size difference.
Yeah.
I've never heard of 2 sizes.
That's what I said.
Wow. And for equipment like that, first of all, if you have a kid that grows up as a goaltender, it is not cheap. I mean, those pads, oh my gosh. And you don't even realize some of the pads. They actually wear
underneath
a shin pad underneath the other pads. That's what a lot of umpires used to wear in baseball, are the goalie under shin pads.
Yeah.
So there's a little inside
Yep.
baseball for you.
Zeberle kind of sweeps it away. High bank backtracks, and here we go. Chase Greasock back to Hundley.
Little back and forth on a line change. They're out there by their lonesome.
And the defense fills in behind.
And Sherwood makes the steal, drops it off, tries to get it back. A little too hard for his being able to receive it. So it'll come the other way. Pass ahead, breakaway, looking, and off the bar and in.
The Toledo Walleye. Chase Greasock getting in on it. Number 13. Echo of the crossbar, kicks it right in.
Yeah, it came off the, well, we'll see which bar it got here. Let's see if we can tell. Beautiful pass by head on a little backhand. Yeah, it was. It was the crossbar for sure.
Got kicked down. Ooh, there's
And another one. We're tightening this one up. With a high to prime.
Yeah, that'll be his, as his first of the afternoon. Maybe he's the one I missed. Yep, this kicks in off the post, it looked like.
He's out of Findlay, Ohio. Another D3 player. He's the Skidmore college guy. Sherwood had it on the right side and just a little too tall for him. Ida Prime will bring it down and
3-goal deficit here. Blade Tech coming back a little bit. A couple just back. I mean, those 2 goals were 15 seconds apart,
I know,
right?
It just happened quick. So, yeah, 3-goal. Also want to remind everybody that we'll have a little story and some pictures tomorrow on cbusports.com, my kind of newspaper online about Columbus area sports. And then next week on Monday, we'll start with our recap that will be available in the mornings on weekdays. Just bringing you the news from the day before and what's going to happen that day. And I'll be doing that, and maybe we'll twist Ryan's arm to be on there once in a while and help us out. It's amazing how this Yamo C-Bus Sports thing works. We trade a lot, work together.
Local partnerships.
You find good people, you find a way to use them.
That's right.
So that's why I'm going to bribe Ryan later on.
There's so much content. I mean,
well, this is such a great sports town, right?
We could work. Yeah, there's so many things that we can. I mean, it really is. And I've just been, I'm a transplant. I grew up in western Nebraska, and I've been in Columbus for just over 4 years, and I learn about a new golf course every week.
Well, in Columbus, you can do that or a softball field. Those are the two things we do not run out of. Oh, almost tried the Michigan around front. Wow. We've got Ian Phillips across the way.
Well, you got just under 4.5 minutes left, and right now the Whiskey Warriors have a commanding lead, but down here I'm hearing some of the chatter, and it's starting to turn a little bit more serious. They're trying to complete the comeback here, and Blade Tech is going to make one final push. Jack Johnson's been out here for a while, and he's their main driver. He's the backbone of this comeback that they're attempting. So stay tuned, and we'll see how it goes.
Thanks, Ian. Yeah, he looks like he's turning on the jets now. So he's trying to bring you through traffic there.
Well, Mr. Morrow with Blade Tech, I can see him over there, and it looks like he's just chirping in the ear of the Whiskey Warriors bench. I don't know if that's some playing the mental edge kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that's what makes this so great is the competitive nature of both of these squads.
Had an easy one there. Just got away.
Yeah, Mason LaBelle right in front. I thought he was just going to slide that right out.
I think he thought he just had a corner picked out, and it didn't work out that way. And they're not giving in. They want to make sure they stay on top.
And once again, next
and it was
week,
Jack Johnson on the goal.
We'll have some bigger faces back. Carson Meyer, he'll be with this High Bank team.
Powell scores!
Right on cue. 7-9. Blade Tech giving it everything they got.
That's Noah Powell. He's an OSU commit. And out of Northbrook, Illinois, played a lot of these guys that played for Dubuque. I don't know if you noticed that in your research, but there are a bunch of guys out there that played for the Dubuque juniors team. I think the Fighting Saints. I could be wrong about that.
Well, that's why some of these guys have got chemistry, and that's how they. Well,
it's also contact. As they put these teams together, pass through the slot.
Yep. Hey, who do you know that might be interested in this? Do you got that kind of thing?
And he's coming to Columbus to play.
Yeah, it only makes sense.
And goalie almost pulled. He's going to go on his way back. He was on his way to the bench. And he's going to head that way again as soon as the zone clears. But instead, he's going to see one go past his right shoulder and into the net.
They just couldn't get it out of the zone. There's our man Ramo.
Let's watch here.
Diego de Dios. Take a look at the replay.
And chipped in front, and again, what a nice pass back into the slot, and then the shot, and just found a corner that he liked and put it right there.
Yep, all of that started by the play from Davis Burnside, number 13 for the Warriors. He put the pressure on behind, caused that turnover, kicks out, right back into the net.
We've got another money puck called inside 2 minutes. A shot is knocked away.
And the High Bank turns on the money puck. I'm not sure why they're doing that with a 3-goal lead.
I think they're just trying to rub it in now, is what I think. Especially with the empty net like that.
Yep.
Try to salt it away, up 3. Oh, nice stick handling there. Just can't get the shot through.
Really nice move.
Ball on puck. That's twice now. Next time I have to leave. The puck on the back wall.
I've said Ian over on the sideline several times.
Yeah, it's the first week. And there is
empty netter.
The puck into the net.
Kiefer.
And he'll get 2. People wonder why he goes to 2. Well, of course, it's the money puck. Brought to you by our friends at Roosters.
That's a hat trick for Kiefer Sherwood. 3 goals, count them as 4.
And he scored within the first minute of this game, and he's trying to bookend it here with a late goal.
I think he was trying to outdo Atkinson from game 1. Cam banged his in at about 33 seconds. Sherwood only took him 24.
That's it. And there's one that's knocked away. 45 seconds. Pass ahead. Hundley drops it off. Trying to get it back to him, but straight up in the air it goes.
All right, 30 seconds remaining.
Trying to. So again, the goalie will hand off anytime he catches it, holds on to it. Dunlap bringing it down from the left side in front. Good save, and then the putback.
Yep.
Eberle just couldn't hang on to it, and a quick work there in front.
Yeah, got the save, but then it was kind of that late rebound, and just from the backside, able to get some tape on it.
2 more. Money puck time. That's why they called it, apparently. So here we'll watch Dunlap bringing it in, and then just there it is. The rebound comes back out and puts it in.
Yep, just right time, right place.
And that will do it. And Sherwood, a pro, does not put it on net. That's one of those unwritten rules. You do not shoot once the buzzer sounds, and that will do it. As High Bank, the Whiskey Warriors double up on Blade Tech, 14-7 in this second one.
It was 7. I mean, it was 7-9 with 90 seconds
Yeah. That was 2 money pucks and a single goal in the very late part of that, for sure.
And there's a good look at the new Whiskey Warriors sweaters. I like that, the black, the dark green, kind of the Army look, and the pistols. And once again, folks, get all your Cap City Summer Elite League gear at 614hockey.com, or just come to the Chiller North next Tuesday. Puck drop at noon. Be here, be square. Lots of goodies, lots of activities, tons of stuff.
Just lots of fun. The kids would enjoy it. There's autographs. These players are really approachable. They're all grateful, but especially the young guys who are getting on the ice with the professionals, very grateful. So this is just great. So I think we may have, is Ian ready to go over there? Okay, we're setting it up, and it looks like he might have Kiefer Sherwood over there.
That's time great. Interview for Ian.
All right, here we go.
Kiefer Sherwood. Kiefer just finished up the game. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, it's always fun to get out with the fellas in Central Ohio and get a game going. It's good for the fans to come out.
You grew up here, correct?
Yeah.
What's it like playing in front of all these fans and everybody all coming? You're headlining the second game. What's that like?
Yeah, it's great. It's great for the city. It's great for the game. Obviously, Central Ohio hockey is growing and continues to grow. To be a part of that is special, and it's a good turnout.
Thanks for. I'll see you next week.
Good. Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Yeah, that's Ian talking to Kiefer Sherwood. Of course, we mentioned he's going to be playing for the Vancouver Canucks as he moves over from the Nashville Predators this year. Signed a contract up there with the Canucks. Beautiful place to play. He's going to really enjoy it. But most important for us, he's going to represent Central Ohio. And there you see him talking to the kids on his way out. And these guys, they get it. They get it for sure. So next week, okay, so here's our challenge next week. You ready? You and I, we're going to look this week at some of the cooler. I want you to bring your top 3 mascots from the teams, the junior teams, the ECHL, AHL. We'll leave the NHL. They've got
we know them.
We know them. But let's bring some new skin to the game here, and we'll see what kind of mascots we think. And then at the end, I'll tell you what. Here's what we'll do. C-Bus Sports will do this. You and I will decide the coolest sweater, jersey, for one of these other teams. C-Bus Sports will do it as a giveaway to one of our fans watching.
Cool, yeah.
Our thing at the, maybe
in the middle of the season, something like that.
Yeah, some 4th or 5th game, and we'll give it away.
Yeah.
and have so they can wear it on the 16th.
Yeah, we'll do some season-long fan engagement.
Right.
Yeah, get
so
on
that's
our
what we're
social.
going to do.
Yeah, great.
We'll have the details of that worked out for you. But we'd like you to do the same thing, and you can email us at Yamo. By the way, just get the link there on yamomedia.com. But talk to us about what you like as a mascot.
Yeah.
And we'll come up with the winner this year of the best one, and maybe with a player that played for that team or plays for that team, we'll be able to give that away. Okay, that's what we're working on. More important, we've got the first week under our belt. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And, I mean, just look at this right here. You've got both sides. That's Nick Petraglia, one of the executives of JC Campagna up there, the two on the left side of the screen, talking to these young guys. Just, I mean, this is cool. We're done with, week one. Let's bring it together, talk about the goods, the bads, what went well. And, again, we thank all of you for tuning in out there again. Tuesday, noon, puck drop next week. Catch us on yamomedia.com. Check out CBUS Sports. But mainly, I mean, come on out here if you can.
Come
this
on
is
out.
Excellent.
You can watch all this other stuff later.
Yep.
But, yeah, come on out and cheer on these folks. Bring the kids out, get to meet some of these guys, and see what they do. You get a really close-up seat for nothing.
Yep.
Hey, we're going to do this again next week.
Looking forward to it.
Well, that's going to do it for us today. For our reporter between the benches, Ian Phillips, and Ryan Dietrich beside me. It's just fun. We talk about how we're going to do it. We just have fun. That's how we do it. Play-by-play color. We mix it together and come out with a great product on the other side. Hey, we're going to see you next week. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to Smoked on High Barbecue. Come on in.